What's up, everybody? This is, take two, as the chat is saying. Welcome to the Ancient of Wonders Cup. Whoopsie. Can't forget about that, can you? All a bit impromptu here today. All of a sudden, there's a faction clash. We got Nightelf versus Undead and Undead versus Human today. in the Ancient of Wonders Cup. $4,200 on the line. And we got some epic games today with a lot of happy, huh? I got a sick ping. What the hell? I'll just use Flow TV. Should be fine. They're on W3 Champions. Yes, I tried to get in there, but I had a 10,000 ping. Now I have a 4,000 ping. That's somewhat a new-ish bug that has been introduced. I did run the ping optimizer, and this will stabilize over the next couple of minutes. Oh, now actually. But I guess the game has started already. Okay, so for the first game, I joined via Flow TV. And then afterwards, I tried to join the games. Hello. Welcome. You have no idea what's going on. That's fair, because neither did we. This is only broadcastable thanks to Stufka in the chat, who was checking the Chinese tournament calendar and put the Chinese events on the wonderful page that is warcraft3.info. Pew! There we go. And yesterday, actually, I saw this one right here, Ancient of Wonders Cup. I had no idea. It wasn't announced anywhere. We had no information. But now we do. This is a faction clash, so it's Undead, Nightelf, Human, and Orc. 2 matches a day. The lineups are pretty damn promising, I gotta say. Everything is uploaded on Liquipedia already. So $4,100, not $4,200. It is 6 games a match, 6 maps a match. Play all 6, as it's called. Each player must play at least twice, and the top 2 teams go to the final on Thursday. So the teams: Fortitude, Infi, and Sock for the Human, no Starbuck. Focus and Lin for the Orcs, no Soin. Happy and Labyrinth for the Undead, which just means no 120, which is odd. And Colorful Kaho, Life and Moon, full 4 Nightelf squad. Except Lawlight, which is a damn shame because Lawlight played so well in B Cup. Unfortunately, didn't receive an invite from what we can tell. So today, Undead versus Nightelf, this is our start, and Undead versus Human, this is the follow-up. And since everybody has to play at least twice, it feels like we are getting our Happy versus Fortitude match on this wonderful Monday morning. So we're gonna start with Life and Happy. That's the game. And the game is available in 1 minute. Let me put this into the overlay then. Undead versus Nightelf, Happy versus Life. Undead. Oh, I can just put it here. AOW, Undead, 0, Nightelf. That should be the better one. Round 1. And then we have it available here. And then we have Undead versus Human later. Yeah, this should be it then. Let's see who takes how many maps. Will it be the expected 6-0? It is Happy and Laby, so maybe not the most foregone conclusion ever. Thank you for the support, KB. We also see people buying their profile pictures, which is super nice to support the W3 Champions finals that are currently running. Bracket has been drawn. All the players are confirmed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. An amazing weekend ahead with... Right, the finish of AOW Cup is Thursday. Then on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I think M Cup plus W3 Champions finals. So the entire week, 2 broadcasts a day, as today is FFA night. Tomorrow and the day after is our Dach Inferno German Championship. Thursday is hopefully Creepjack again. And then Friday, W3 Champions final starts. So you can see we got a packed week ahead. So I assume that the players were seeded and we had a starting map. This is what I would suggest to do. But with Chinese organizers and the rules, you never really know. It is a super exciting match, which might be a little one-sided here today. Life has been Happy's biggest Nightelf challenger for a couple of weeks. He had 2 best of 5s where we went full distance. The last one was in Huashan Sword Cup though, and since then, Life has dipped a little bit. While Happy is in peak shape and is destroying the competition and won B Cup again, Life is not the best Nightelf in the world anymore. That title goes to either Kaho or Laby. And yeah, that is the reality. It was at least last week. Let's see how this looks this week. Because everything could be different. Could be Moon this time. Could be Kevin Warcraft 3. Who knows with the Night Elves who their best player is. We know that Life has an incredible amount of talent. I should probably put this in the title somewhere. Well, we have a little bit of harass going on. Early game on Autumn Leaves shouldn't be... Yeah, we definitely have to put Happy in the title. Nothing draws more than this. Happy and Laby versus Caho and Life. Does this work? Yes, sir. All right. So,
a player's forces are under attack.
Chaotic start to the day. Hopefully we're all gonna be entertained with some Warcraft now. Claws of attack for the Demon Hunter Knights, creeping level 1.5. Happy camping, creeping the same camp. Get your B2W rips ready, everybody. This is what we expect to see. Mr. Vez! Dead Rifle Picture Gang, rise. Indeed, rise, everybody. Wait, let's read.
A player's forces are under attack.
Come on.
Dead Rifle Picture Gang, rise.
There we go. It might even echo now. I should probably... Oh no, it doesn't. Cool. Happy with level 2, creeping Mammoth into shop. As we said many times now, these days he has a more passive approach to the matchup with later expansions, not the 9-minute push anymore. Love to see the wisp spread on Life. You don't want the ghouls to take all the wisps all the time. Usually, Life and in general Nightelf thrive when they can get expansions up, which is doable-ish on Autumn Leaves. But the rush distance is so short that especially here at the natural, Undeads will always cancel it, I guess. And with Happy Scouting, already has an Acolyte in position and a Skeleton in position, he'll find the nice timing for that, won't he? They're both contesting the Sasquatch. It should be an easy one for Happy with the coil, if it's about XP. But it's also a lot about time, and it's a lot about damage. Demon Hunter gets the boots, lovely. But now, of course, no chance for Life to contest this anymore. He stops his level 2 progress, and that's about it. Graveyard, tech, classic. On the other side, 50%. We see the Huntress Hall, also precise. Hopefully, B Cup was just a one-off for Life, just a fluke. He was eliminated in the group stage there by Sini, which came as a big surprise. While Happy, of course, was destroying the competition. We got Claws, Mental, nice. Double Claws and Circlet. Awesome. We're getting close to a DH rip, but taking some risks here. There could be a coil out of nowhere, but since it's only level 1, it does 70 damage. And Life calculating this well. Does the Demon Hunter cleave? Oh, don't give them ideas. No. It's a normal attack.
A player's forces are under attack.
Single target attack. Now, is somebody getting shop control? The tech for Life isn't done here. He has the Wisp in position for the Naga. Wisp is very, very well aware of that. Both have pretty much the same timing. Naga on Naga in the middle of the game. Used to slow down units. Nice evacuation on the right-hand side. Oftentimes when 2 Naga meet, 1 dies. Imagine a party. Oh, yeah. And Happy, for the first time, pushing across the half of his opponent, trying to intercept the Naga, but Life knew this and slithered around again. Intelligent movement by Life, gotta give him that. Now she's reunited with the demon. Happy was looking for her, for sure. But she's safe. And for Happy, it's a timing thing. Thori, thank you for the 32 month. For Life, it's part of the late game army composition. You want to slow down the heroes, the ghouls, the fork lightnings will be incredibly important. And if you can snack a ghoul or two in the mid game, that's amazing. This is exactly what the Naga is supposed to do, and Life had did such a nice effort to keeping her safe, and now B2W rip. The question is, can Life get the return kill or not? Happy always puts the boots on the Naga for exactly this purpose. Move away from the enemy, don't get killed, hide back in your base, and the first exclamation mark for the current best player in the world. No push into the main, so I guess it's a good sign for Life that Lumber is alright. He got 7 wisps. That should be fine for the mid game. And no levels on the Naga of Happy, or basically no levels. G is packing quite a punch, and Life has to catch up in levels ASAP. 2.5 Demon Hunter is not allowed. We still have the spot on the right hand side for the consumable. Happy in the meantime has map control, obviously, with the 140 damage coil. That is the mercenary camp for him. That might be the lab as well. But Life feels comfortable contesting this. With the Naga this low, maybe there is a chance to get level 3 Demon Hunter before the next clash. But Life plays it careful. I'm not opposed to that. Can't really engage without the level 2 mana burn. Now we got tier 3 and we get the shop. Try to skip it for as long as possible to accelerate the lores and to accelerate the tech. Because orbs is all you want, bears is all you want. And orbs are only available on tier 3, right? So master upgrade done. Shop even a little late, but since Life wasn't home for a while, that should still be fine. A very passive game. The second Nightelf in this competition is, I think, Kaho. This was mentioned before on the Shinkong broadcast. That is our Chinese broadcast friend. And Caho is in tip-top shape. Caho is scary at the moment. Lich Third though. Happy is scary always, right? So shouldn't be a surprise there that this timing is always feared. Destroyer, Frenzy. But it's not too many ghouls in this fight. The Naga is quite pathetic though, only level 2. She doesn't have a staff but a reju. This could be dispelled in a bit, and there's no second bear after this one dies. Little bit complicated, little bit problematic, and Life shows again that he's not as sharp as he was in previous competition. One bear bites the dust, another bear bites the dust. Doodle-loop, doop, doop. And this is the game. I think. Engaged straight into the Naga in the mid game. Engaged straight into the timing. Without the help of his home turf, without the fast reinforcements, without a staff. Yeah. We have to remind you that Happy is without a loss against Nightelf in 9 months. Not a single series. I mean, in M Cup, okay, okay. But that is Tavern Heroes only, so it doesn't really count, does it? Yeah, there's no threat of a second base. There's no threats of talents. No threats of anything, really. Oi, oi, oi. And another bear just for free. Rally point not fixed. When the undead is in the front row of your base, basically. And yeah, this is a foregone conclusion. There's no way Happy is losing a game when he's in a situation like this. Naga is still not level 3. Life is putting everything he has, which is not much, on the Demon Hunter. But easy kills, easy Katka. And Life continues to show that he's currently not in shape. He's in a slump. Bit unfortunate, as 2 weeks ago he was surely the best Night Elf. That's not the case anymore. Donation after donation throughout the entire game, and that's game then. It's kind of what was to be expected, I guess. And this is why I would have loved to see Lawlight instead of Live. Now we gotta check the Shin Kong stream. Because he has the lineup. Shin Kong, TikTok. Oh, it's map 2. So they play this again. I gotta be honest with you. Shin Kong's lineup seemed to be wrong. Alright. Well, maybe we don't know the system just yet, you know? We'll figure it out down the road. In 20 seconds, we go into map 2. It is once again Life versus Happy. Match number 2. Then I guess on Life's map choice. It is Northern Isles, though. Hopefully a better outcome. Hopefully a better start into the game. The Undead vs Human lineup has elf players. Yeah, I think he just copy-pasted because there's no other information. But hey, let's see if Happy's dominance continues. He has a lot of work to do against Night Elves. If he loses a match here now, does that count towards the streak? Is it a series, really? In a best of 1? That's, you know, debatable. Debatable. So yeah, we don't really know how the score system works. We assume it's PA6, play all 6. So it could be Undead 1 right now. And maybe just for convenience, they play the second map right after. But let's be honest, guys. Chinese organized tournament, it could be anything. Could be that the Night Elves lead now. For what we know. So, no clue. I would have loved, by the way, for this tournament to happen in 2 weeks. When the patch is out. That would have been perfect. Let's not get carried away by Night Elf's gonna win. Chances are very, very, very minimal. I agree. Before and after patch would be nice. Well, with the Nightelf lineup, that's a bit problematic, right? Because the Night Elves that are good this week are not necessarily the Night Elves that are good in 2 weeks. While the other players more or less keep their power level. A Night Elf player could be top 4 in the world 1 week and at max top 20 the next week. It's crazy. But hey, this is the world we live in. It is a crazy world. And let's see what Happy has in store for us. Demon Hunter with gloves is probably not too happy about that. Always wants the rings to not take too much damage. And running across, trying to find Happy at the very least prevent an expansion. But early expansion is not really Happy's play. There's also no reason his ghoul play is so obnoxious and so oppressive that he gets advantages towards the late game anyway.
Forces are under attack.
And now we contest the Murlocs here. Demon Hunter already got that. The Flesh Eater, I like. That prevents level 2 for a while, so Happy has to go for 1 more. And this is probably not what he wants. Tech Moon while starting. Demon Hunter continues to rest. Again, sacrifices lots of levels. Life. He showed it already versus... Oh, surround! Oh no, Immolation is trying to do some damage. Happy closes the surround again. Level 2 might be evasion. No, it's mana burn actually. With that, town portaling out. The archers came in. Oftentimes, a surround like this is on purpose to get as much damage done as possible in little time. But then you have to find a way to fight out against Happy. That's really hard. The archers were like a second or two too late, and then he can't get the kill. So it's just a net win for Happy. Lots of moon juice gone, TP gone, and yeah, in that situation you don't want to be surrounded then. Ay ay ay. Who was Life playing recently that I casted where I was a bit disappointed in him? I don't remember. Too many games. Too much competition.
Players' forces are under attack.
Skeleton. Checking for an expo already while preparing a timing for his own expo. Very Edo-esque, to be honest. And now... Oh, he gets the ghoul and the coil. Whoopsie. Oh, it was DWCC versus 120. Correct. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Aligma. Yeah, that wasn't necessarily the greatest performance there either. Still qualified for DWC, still has 2 weeks to catch up. This time, no contested Naga. Happy is going for a Lich. More stable, less tempo. More of a defensive play on Northern Isles. And it's a rather similar situation than what we've seen before. Life has to catch up in levels, but not that much. This is still the ripple effect of the one Flesh Eater that was killed earlier. At first, he prevented level 2. Now he prevents level 3. Naga can level. Demon can heal. He got the boots once again to run away from Nova crowd control. Parry App, the second best item that a Night Elf can find, next to Ankh of Reincarnation. Everything that protects the hero. Or third best maybe, with the rune braces being up top. Good body block, good damage. DK overextending just a little bit for some free damage. But then Happy's movement with the DK is way too good. Archer not denied, unfortunately, and that's the last bit of XP that he needed for level 3. While the Demon is making progress towards level 3, that Ancient probably doesn't have to fall. But let's not be overly critical here. Statues, Fiends, the classic transition. You want the Fiends against the Dryads. You want the statues for healing, regen, and of course the Destroyer Morph. The best thing about Ankh is that elf players don't have to actively click it. Ouch! Ouch! Not untrue. Life waiting in the wings for Happy to start a camp. Sneaky behind the trees. But Happy. Oh! Incandenza! Thank you for the tier 2 sub, dude. 30 month already. Thank you for the big support. Insult Night Elves. Get a sub. Happy me. This life game seems to be a lot better. With the Ritual Dagger, he doesn't get the XP, which is a shame. But you know, 215 gold gone. Supply is even, levels are even. Even with a small advantage. Look at that. Happy with an early Boneyard. We've seen that a bit recently. I have come up with an iron rule for this worm play. 1 worm, really good. 2 worms, takes forever. They are rather fragile, especially if you go 2 worms into push. There's a lot of time for life to come up with solutions like crows. With only 1 fiend, this is a phenomenal setup for crows in general. Hello Scars, nice to see you.
A player's forces are under attack.
I saw your patch complaints. Which was funny. So the frenzy timing averted. This is where life died. This is a weird sentence, huh? This is where life died. This is where life's game ended on map 1. So yeah, he's surely doing better, but he's missing the burst damage. He got an orb this time early. Ghouls ravaging archers last hit. Stolen by Happy, maybe. DK in trouble and dies actually. Oh la la. Life all of a sudden has all the chances in the world to take this home. Lich surrounded. Happy needs to go for a tavern revive, but it's only the aura that he's providing right now. Bears are not finishing this fiend, swapping to hero focus again. Orb of Venom doing the job. Bear lets the Demon Hunter pass. Lich still safe, but what about that DK? Such strong crowd control. Happy's trying to reach the shop, but the DK dies again. And man, we are smack talking live the entire time. And then he just starts to own Happy at some point. 2 heroes still on the field. Lich and Worm. And thank you, General Walrus. Kill. Gets the kill. Alrighty. Happy overextending before the Worm's arrival. That was basically 500 gold plus invested into the Worm. When he wasn't there, he started to fight. And that's another kill. God damn life, you still got it, young man. Well done, well done, well done. So far. It's Happy versus Nightelf. So there is still 500 ways to throw this game. But please don't overextend now, life. Please don't. He gets the solution out. For the Worms, for the Destros, that is Talons. They will take quite some time. Le craft, le champion of the weekend. Magnifique, Warcraft. Move there. Magnifique. Off I go. Happy is gonna be very, very happy about the worm buff that was discussed. Oh, that's 7 supply. Oh, I don't think Happy can save this one. Reveal, 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 and he gets the kill. Ouch! What a beating, dude. Happy was playing without a hero for a couple of seconds. Is life playing better today? If you ask me during game 1 or after game 1, I tell you hell nah. If you ask me now, I'm like, what the hell? Did they swap players? Is this really live? It all started with the cheeky Murloc steal, right? Sometimes it's seriously one creep camp, one individual creep that can change the turn of events. It delayed aura, it delayed coil level 2. Is this the real life? Oh, no, that is fantasy.
Forces are under attack.
Creeping now is really hard against the Magnetor Reaver. Because his major damage outcome is Lich, which is dead, and it's Worm, but the Magnetor Reaver is magic immune, so... what can you do? Well, Creepjack would be so funny if he gets the Magnetor. Not the case. Endurance Aura, nice, but no TP. And so many Dryads plus the Naga. How is the DK getting out of here? Well, maybe with the hero kill. Demon Hunter super strong. Naga with an invul. That's how you get out of here, as life is solely focusing on a worm. And it's the second worm kill. So much XP! Life is killing one unit after the next. The talents aren't even there yet, despite having the upgrade. Bear with another Fiend kill, level 5. Mana burn for 9. You know, just to show dominance. I can, so I will. Yeah, very exciting game for Life. Very well done. And Happy feels like... this worm build is backfiring more often than not. Is he staying in this game just to piss him off? Maria.
Players' forces are under attack.
It seems like you haven't seen too many Happy games. He Happy coiled the illusion! Completely washed! Happy can win games with 5 supply. But that illusion coil. Nice little bait by Life, though. Yeah, don't count Happy out. I cast this man for, I don't know, 9 years now? Is it less? 6? 7? I mean, I've been there in his first Warcraft stint, but I was a little baby back then. So that doesn't count. When did he come back from StarCraft? Was it 18, 19, 17? I don't remember. Time is a blur, dude. He doesn't even have web. Heck. Oh, maybe he doesn't need it. Zappy zap. Piercing damage is still kind of fine. That's a good retreat, but of course, last time he had to invest into reveal. This is not the case here. Zap for the Naga level 5. And even Happy has to realize that this is over. GG. And Life. What a strong comeback, man. When we all thought he's washed and he should just probably give up anyway. This looked hella good. So 1-1 it is. And now we get another map. Another match. I still don't know how the score system works. Maybe we'll figure it out down the road. Happy says, who is playing now? I don't understand the system. Laby says, we can choose. One player has to play at least 2 games. And Laby says, okay, I will play. Okay. The competitors don't understand the system. I don't understand the system. Hopefully the admins understand the system. It seems like Laby knows what's up. Are you right back? Yeah, forgot my e-cigarette charging technology gadget. And that is, of course, unacceptable. Gotta stay focused. Oh, no. Overlay isn't working. I'm gonna leave. And then in 3 minutes, we have the next game. All right. Maybe 1-1. It is Laby versus Caho. I can tell you that much. And it's gonna be 6 maps from what I can tell. So maybe it is best of 2. Would be interesting to see Happy and Laby's communication. There was lobby chat. Just classic English. Laby said go WeChat, so there seemed to be some established communication. And Flow TV up in a bit. Is this now working? Yes, it is. Laby's English is not bad. Laby's English is super good. He also knows Chinese. Like, very talented in language he is. Why the Night Elves do talents instead of hippos? Oh, Sigaro! They have piercing damage, which is a better attack type against unarmored worms because they get extra damage. They are range attackers instead of melee like hippos. They can apply Fairy Fire for minus armor with another upgrade, but they can. It's just a lot of damage. It's a lot of yeah, light armor, not armored, sorry. But it's a lot of damage. They're very, very, very fragile. So Nova kicks their butts. But if they're webbed, they can still attack, while hippos don't. And if there's no air anymore, you can land them, and they're still good casters. They also have the upgrades from Hunter's Hall, which are for Dryads and Bears. Ooh, good point, Mr. Rain. Former German vice champion right there with the knowledge bombs. Okay. Overlay working now. Labyrinth versus Caho coming. Boom. So I assume it's best of 2. And then I have no clue. I have no clue. We'll figure it out on the way. And then for the second match, which is Undead versus Human, which is probably gonna be Happy versus Fortitude, we'll see about that. Let's go, everybody. Laby and Caho. Laby, if you asked me last week, I think he is the second best Undead in the world. A very creative one in that. 120 is on the rise though, so it's not that easy to say anymore who's better between Laby and 120. Caho, with the performance and with the win at DWCC, clearly the best Nightelf in the world in the past 2 days, with Loliot contesting him. And we see a Lich opener versus Nightelf. Look at that. Laby was the first one to bring the Lich in to all sorts of matchups. Usually only does it on maps that have an L. Springtime doesn't have that. But hey, some variation. So what are you doing? Springtime it is. You could go expansion here, but Caho has a scout right there. No ghoul pole, just an annoying acolyte. Mid gold mine. I mean, takes some high quality undead to go for the mid gold mine. There's no creeps there, but it's so hard to hold.
A player's forces are under attack.
Something was cancelled? Probably just a shop for 21 food? No. Was it the Ancient War? No. He is going for the mid expo. Are you kidding me? Lich fast expo on springtime. Cool. Demon Hunter can pummel that Lich quite a bit as he's heavily relying on mana. Unfortunate for him, he doesn't have mana anymore. He doesn't have Dog Ritual. And there's a Demon Hunter on his ass with a ring that you can't easily deal with physical damage. Yeah, this is nothing you see too often on pro level. And there might be a reason for that. Edo Boy is doing it pretty much every game on springtime. He simply doesn't learn his lesson, but it's entertaining game, so I won't complain. Sometimes you gotta think about the content.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Speaking of Edo Boy, he's of course part of our Dach Inferno League every Tuesday, every Wednesday. And this week we got some grande games, everybody. Kevin versus Francis, for example. The first game of Caho as well versus Toxie. And Leon versus Tetsta. Ay. Ghoul Saras. And it looks like this expo in the middle is kind of a fake out. No, it's not. He's seriously trying. Okay, then this is just distraction. But Caho is already level 2. Has the archers here. It's very draining in the moon juice department. Skeletons go on. Archers hurt, but he kills 2 ghouls. Possibly soon 3 ghouls. And what's he getting? Nothing. Can you imagine what Happy thinks about this game being in the observer slot? Is he even? I don't know. Probably shook his head in disbelief after Frost Armor after the Lich pick. Then he saw the fast expo. He's like, oh no, what are you doing, bro? This is money per match. Hunter's Hall under attack so far. It's working, but Demon Hunter with boots, with ring, he should easily be able to tear down this gold mine. I thought about Frost Armor on Lich as well. It can be really good. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He is blocked! Town portal for an expo, probably still worth it. Ghouls on the right hand side evacuating from the main. This harass is still ongoing, which is fascinating. But Laby is thrown back for a solid 90 seconds now. Love to see immolation. It's halfway nighttime. Imagine no ring. Then he's probably RIP. Lich needs a ritual dagger a Sapo. Otherwise, you can't really contest too much. You don't want to be surrounded this time. There is no staff. Obviously, good intentions by Caho to click this down. See, the ghouls are pretty strong still. Let's not go there. Let's just distract. Level 3 and 4 lich are very uncomfortable. Let's not get there. At some point, you can creep these camps very, very easily with the Nerub tower around. Dude, you see this ghoul play by Laby? Yeah, he lost a few. But isn't his ghoul play like 1,000,000 times better than his fiend play? Even though that has improved in the past couple of weeks as well. I think Laby is such a scary ghoul Garg player. And he rarely presents it. No Gargs just yet, because, you know, the tier 1. But maybe soon. First of all, it's more ghouls. Is it the best tier 1 unit across the game? I guess only rifles compete with that title.
Less than 3.
Yo! Fleur et bleu. Fleur et bleu. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Much love. I knew you'd be coming at me with the rifles. It was so obvious. Perfect pronunciation, love, love, love. I needed a second try, but you know, I had the un peu français in school. And some stuff I still remember. I'd never be able to hold a conversation though. Never, ever, 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 ever. Demon has a potion, needs it now. He's just simply clicking on that ghoul button. Do you really like... I mean, there is no threat really. But this is working for Laby. Edo Boy knew it all along. That this is the way. Unbelievable. Tja. And now up until tier 3, I don't think you can push this anymore. They're slow. There's a lot of damage. Yeah, now you can creep exactly. Ha ha! Laby the goat. The crazy Korean professor makes it work. Thanks for keeping Warcraft alive, Neo. My pleasure. Nothing that I'd rather do than sit in a darkened room and watch these nerds bring us some great gameplay. Did you deny? I don't think we can track this anymore. Only level 3 on the Lich. But he does get more damage. Caho is only level 2. I don't think you can do much with it. With the Spirit Tower. I'm having a stroke here. And all this piercing damage. There's no way. But there's an expansion. That is the way. So unfortunately, again, a Fiend play. That's a lot of Fiends very soon though. And finally attack so we can get a DK. We can get Burrow. Really curious if Burrow will be a must upgrade then soon. When it's so fast. Have fun, Nightelfs. You need a lot of dust. Put the vacuum cleaner to the side. You need that dust to make an appearance. Why is this game looking so much better? Raukangren! Exclamation mark Henshin.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wow, what a joke. 10 out of 1 SZ. Nice. Glad you like it. Gotta start the week in a good mood, you know? Yeah, these two camps, man, if you have the middle, it is very powerful. But to get this up, that's a big problem. We're all getting older. We all have that problem at some point. And Laby now can just accelerate. Gets the flute, boom, +2. His Lich is amazing. Also level 4. Oh, and the mana potion. Yes, please. I really like he needed to go Frost Armor. But I think one should go Frost Armor more often, maybe. Uh-oh. There's no Nature's Blessing. Wait a minute. Kaboom. Wait a minute. Kaboom! Yep, that was your lifeline, buddy. RIP! Well done, Laby. You had all the gold in the world anyway. Poor Caho, man. Was fighting so hard. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that he's in great shape. I mean, that was yesterday. Can't really, like... Just because the Nightelf was strong yesterday doesn't mean he's strong today. And Laby is freaking owning. Yesterday was also a different week, right? Laby is living the dream. Close to 5-3. Pendant of Energy. Big potion. Small potion. HP on the Lich against Hero Focus. Happy Happy is probably getting the thermometer out to check if he has fever or something. Are 2 Sappers enough for every Town Hall or just Nightelf? Just Nightelf, but they have an upgrade called Nature's Blessing. That increases their armor points from 2 to 5. By 5. And then they survive the Sappers, so... He could have gotten the upgrade. He wanted to cut corners. That corner he shouldn't have cut. How is this winnable for Caho, guys? Laby is in no rush whatsoever. Demon Hunter is well equipped though. And of course, being the chats that you are, you know a thing about or two about being well equipped. Okay, Laby wants to end this. Happy probably sent a DM. Finish him. I'm in hurry. And this is unwinnable for the poor Nightelf. 20 food down to B2W. RIP. The writing was on the wall for a while, and Labyrinth plays a wonderful springtime middle expansion that Caho couldn't break. And this position is so good that if you don't break it, it's oftentimes the game. That's exactly what happened here. Well done, man. That Lich save in the early game when he was level 1 for long, that could have cost him the game if the Lich goes down. But he went for Frost Armor, Lifesaver. And we get Caho versus Laby again. From what I can see. So it seems like it's always 2 maps. Yes, B2W rip. Laby had no way of knowing the upgrade wasn't there, right? DE Oscillus. You can click on the tree, and then you see the armor value. So if it's 2, you know that the upgrade isn't finished. And if it's 7, you know that there is an upgrade. And if it's 7 armor, you need 3 sappers. And if it's 2 armor, you need 2 sappers. Frost armor Imba. Right on, right on, right on. It's using 3 sappers not worth it. In this game, he probably could have used 7 sappers. It would have still been enough. So yeah, I think we got the point system down. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at Ching Kong's stream real quick to clarify. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not, but it's a best of 2 between Happy and Live. That was 1-1. Then it's a best of 2 between Laby and Caho. And then it's... Wait, Laby versus Caho again? And Happy versus Caho? Then they switch to best of 1. Does that make sense to any of you? So I guess you seed first for a best of 2, then you seed second for a best of 2, and then it's 2 times best of 1 or something. So this is a best of 3, basically. And then we get Happy versus Caho as a best of 1 after. Yep. 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 Maybe it's best of 2, best of 3, best of 1. Who knows? Finally, tournament format complexity aligns with the Chinese airplane cockpit overlay. Dude, and people tell me that the pick and ban system of Dach Inferno and W3 Champions Finals is too complicated. And the Chinese come up with this system. You need a PhD to understand that. Warcraft players, dum-dums, and organizers, both. Expand! Thank you!
Thanks for your awesome WC3 content. Much heart.
Much heart indeed here on consecutive streaming day 401. We cracked the big 400 yesterday. It was a glorious day with DWCC finals as well as W3 Champions finals. Are you satisfied, by the way, with the first weekend of W3 Champions finals? Was that interesting to you? Did you enjoy watching? Let us know. Hammerfall. Yes, sir. Final was very fun. Of course, we enjoyed the F out of it. Good, good. I missed it. Shame on you. Disgusting behavior. Good Jirox. Who do you think you are, man? Showing up here, no sub, and then not even watching the content. Bah. This is unbelievable. Anyway, glad you're here now. We got Laby in the bottom right-hand side, facing Kaho once again. Hopefully this was just a warm-up game. I'll watch at work. That's the spirit, my dude. That's the spirit. Dude, how many work days have we saved
A town is
in the
under
past
siege.
401 days? It's the Demon Hunter once again, it's the DK once again. This time, no Lich. This was a specialty for that fast expo. That's Laby's way to approach this matchup. Am I the only one to think that the new patch is fire? Well, you're never the only one. There's 8 billion people in the world. So what are the odds?
Forces are under attack.
But I mean, this is more than black and white. Like, it's exciting, but it's also dangerous. Demon Hunter arrives, nice timing. Laby again trying to go for early expo here on Hammerfall. As it is definitely creepable, but as you can see, also harassable. And this Demon Hunter doing a lot more than in the game before, where he maybe didn't have the bestest of reads. Could we maybe get the total score in the title? Mr. Ghost, up top. Look at that.
Under siege.
No worries, brother. No worries. Always up for tiny little improvements like this. So yeah, this is more stressful than the game prior. We got a ring on the Demon Hunter once again. It is fascinating how often Nightelf players are finding the ring. Maybe it's just selective, because it is the best item for them. Finally done with the Cobalt. Replenishment Potion, nice. Do you think if we try to implement the Replenishment Potion now, let's say the Replenishment Potion never existed in the history of Warcraft, and the patch notes now say a Replenishment Potion drops for 200 HP and 75 mana, you think people would be up in arms? Oh, imagine a Demon Hunter finding that item! You can save so much moon juice, it's so broken!
A player's forces are under attack.
Maybe. It is cancelable though, with one attack. So I guess people would be more nuanced. I once again, and I say this almost every Laby game, I really like his ghoul play. Lots of fire on the DK, but with that replenishment potion it should be fine. Hurt the archers, hurt the demon. But Expo is up.
A player's forces
Laby
are
also
under
with that
attack.
second base during the fight, and Demon Hunter couldn't break through safely anymore through that defensive line. So for now, I would argue both players are happy with this situation. Ooh, that will reduce the HP that he gets back. Oh, he has a lot of. As a Night Elf, I barely have my Demon Hunter alive for more than 30 seconds, so I don't think this potion will be overpowered.
A player's
Yep.
forces are under attack.
Accurate. Accurate. Creeps are OP as Night Elf. Well, they are and they aren't, right? Because sometimes they are too weak, so you deny them with an Ancient of War. I think as a Night Elf, you should have an extra box before you do a last hit on a creep. Do you really want to kill this creep? Yes, no. That would be such a buff to the race. That would be a good read. I'm thinking ahead, man. I'm thinking ahead. Just like Kaho, who saw this creep spot coming. Any last hitters here? That would be level 3. Not here. Invo potion and heal potion. Super nice for Laby. Doesn't help the ghouls. Oh, the trapper. Come on. Insult to injury. It has to be MS Clippy asking. With witty voice. Hey, Nightelf! Are you sure you want to get this kill? Kind of what he sounds, I guess. At least in my head. Witty Clippy is the best thing that has ever come out from Witty in his life. Perfect. Nice. I try, guys. I try. You can see I'm watching way more witty content this year than any year before. Oh, well, in the past 6 months, let's say. And I might have rewatched those Clippy moments, Clippy witty moments a couple of times. But more important is this exchange, because that was a nice Archer double kill here during that harass. Ooh, that Archer. Yeah, we might go down from 4 Archers to 1. Nice save though. We have an invo potion still. Do you want to commit both potions here? It seems like. Last hit by Caho. There is no coil. Still using the town portal before losing that Archer. Would have been too fast. We go Gargs, everybody. We go Gargs finally. And there's no panda. Item was the ring +5. Solid. But not grande. He plays Gargs on triple crypt with Lab. You can also go quad crypt. Yeah, Laby got the item. The ring +5. Caho. I mean, you know, I might have said this before, but this 4 production buildings versus 2. Caho is floating 500 resources each. Don't you think it could be time to build more production buildings? Like, I'm really willing to learn. I got some flack for comments like this, especially in the human orc matchup that apparently I don't understand. But what prevents them?
A player's forces are under attack.
Instead, he's building double shop. Okay. When does 2.02 go live? April 15. So next Tuesday. Yeah, we might need a solution for Dach Inferno. Otherwise, a play day is split into old patch, new patch. Oh, there is Panda third. Okay, I like it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Kevin in a panic trying to switch his play day from Tuesday to Wednesday. All the humans probably want to swap.
Players' forces are under attack.
I wonder what they mean by for any tournament currently underway, it will be up to you to decide which version you'll continue to play the tournament on. Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. Super important last hit by the Gargs to get the Lich up to level 3. Grubby tournament will be hilarious. Nah, dude, I don't think on that level it matters. Nice red spot defense here, but we have 2 heal scrolls up, heal wards as well. No armor upgrades ready for the Dryads, which is a bit of an oversight, but instead we got good volleys. Laby instead has a 3rd base. Does he have enough power though? He can replace these Gargs in no time. He got the resources, he got the production buildings, he's close to the fighting spot. Demon Hunter has no invuln, but a lot of armor at the ready. Let's see how this goes. Laby is implementing more and more and more Gargs into his play, and I really love it. I've said it for a long time. His Fiend play isn't good. His Garg play is. There's no huge flaw here. IMO, he is tearing these Dryads apart. This, for his pro career, might have been the best move in years. Starting to mass Gargs. Panda only level 2. Tja, and now, wouldn't it be nice if you had one more production building and could build more units? I mean, he's at 50, but... Minus 10 Dryads. Not bad, huh? Like, how is Caho supposed to come back now? Love to see the 3rd upgrade as well. Fork Lightning, Breath of Fire, lovely. And yeah, Dryads are trickling in, but 1 Garg after the next. Macro by Laby is on point. Level 4 on the Lich for Frost Armor. I really like that touch as well. Always pressure on the Lich. And if you reduce the DPS of the Demon Hunter by that much if he attacks you when you have Frost Armor, it's always worth it. And the Naga goes down, and the Panda will probably follow at some point. Level 5 on the DK. Super strong Laby. I love that, man. I love this man with the Gargs. Prime example. I don't want to see every Undead player with the Gargs. But you know, him. It just suits him. I don't understand why the Dryads are coming from the Ancient of Lore and need Hunter's Hall upgrade. Where are the spears coming from if not from the Hunter's Hall? The Hunter's Hall is equipping the Hunters with their weapons. Duh. Next thing we'll see from Neo playing is most likely Mass Gargs. I like it, but I only play it versus people I lose against all the time or that I find obnoxious. Hello, Buskill. Great position, hard to engage into. We still have 2 heal spells. We even have that heal ward at the ready. This is, it feels unwinnable. Laby could still scale with like worms, A-bombs, disease cloud, anything. Whatever he clicks on is just dead. The beauty of a block of Gargs alongside a 3rd upgrade for attack is gorgeous from the Undead's perspective. But yeah, Mass Dryads. Now he has 2 armor upgrades, but he couldn't get them, didn't get them for a long time. Aha! 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 That's the way this fight goes, mate. Colin for life, thank you for the 43. Oh my god, he's just slaughtering these Dryads. Level 6. Not going for ultimate because aura is so good. But yeah, this is unfortunately for the Nightelf very hopeless. This is like a 3 and 1 for the Undeads in this. Boink! A little bit of micro practice. A skeleton kill would be a statue kill would be hilarious. Yeah, this is just for further warm up at this stage. But yeah, after the fight, it was relatively even, like 60-50 maybe, or 55-50 supply. And then Laby has 3 bases, 4 production buildings, explodes back to 70-80 food. Nightelf heroes are... Oh my god! Gargs don't have a corpse, by the way. This is only Dryads and Bears. Okay, this is game. Laby and the Gargs playing a damn fine game.
Player's forces are under attack. The town is under siege.
Demon Hunter can't be revived. Naga is dead. Panda will follow. GG. Laby takes map number 2 as well against the Chinese DWCC winner. Convincing fashion. Yeah, he was a little bit under pressure, that early expansion. But afterwards, he held on the right-hand side. Built up the Gargs. Fought at good moments. And then wins. Was quite rough, was it? I think armor upgrades faster is a necessity against something like this. And then taking the fight was also not the greatest. So now it's Happy versus Caho. Hopefully Happy has a bit of a better day. And then you don't have hippos, you don't have crows, you don't have anything really that threatens the undead. So it's Happy versus Caho back to back now, apparently. Huh. I just follow whatever they do. I don't question this anymore. (3-1) for the Undead. That would be their first. If they win one more, they definitely win this match. And Happy's chances versus Kaho are obviously pretty good, but he did lose to life earlier. So let's not pretend that this is impossible for Kaho. If he brings his A game, if he's in tournament shape, he has defeated Happy before. It's been some time. But it's a 13-1. One of the very few people who defeated Happy on this patch as Nightelf. Round 3. Let's go. The CIS DWCC winner against the Chinese DWCC winner. And we have a ghoul pull. And we have no Ancient of War. We might have a game. Oh no. Happy starting to ghoul pull. Ouch. 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 So for people not too familiar with this, Happy sent his first ghoul over. Caho had an Ancient of War here. The ghoul pulls the creeps towards the Ancient of War. That Ancient of War is dead. And so this Demon Hunter can't really creep, and Happy is doing the exact same thing again. And we attack. And we kill again. Can he hold this? Oh! Nice end snare. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, Ghoul is dead. But yeah, this Ancient of War will take some time. In the meantime, Happy can play DK Ghouls for either creeping or aggression. Can't really expand because with that ghoul pull you delay the shot.
A player's forces are under attack.
How would Kaho see this coming? It is a possibility. And either you're fine with the chance of this happening, or you build the Ancient of War in a very defensive position. It's like when you fight a Blade Master, you know there's a chance for a crit. So do you want to be risky and stay in the fight, even though you're in crit kill threshold? Or do you get out?
A player's forces are under attack.
A ghoul pull is a early game critical strike with some stuff attached, like the second Necropolis, like the late shop. Tja, and now you're here. Now you have a Demon Hunter.
Player's forces are under attack.
You could ask the same with DH vs Curl Nova. I wanted to use an example that's kind of, it's not that obvious. But it's a little bit 50-50. Okay, so Happy is going for the Expo, but no 6 Acolytes.
A player's forces are under attack.
No expansion, as we said. It's taking for quite some time. Once again, a game on the shoulder of a Demon Hunter. There's no way around it. Happy, surely a different beast than Laby, but I mean, except maybe on Concealed Hill, I don't think you have to worry about Gargs when you're up against Happy. His Fiend Destroyer play is just so strong, and I like that other undeads are diversifying. Because everybody will mostly be getting ready for what Happy is doing, and then there's a niche case for these Gargs, and people are not that experienced against it.
Siege.
Mr. Huster in the chat again to spread the Nightelf propaganda. It's disgusting. But what do I expect? Nice little zoning. Very good ghoul movement. Demon Hunter can't really get... Yeah. To the tavern. No boots just yet, though. Was just waiting for it. Ooh, poor Caho. This is, he didn't celebrate much, huh?
A player's forces are under attack.
Double lures tier 3. At least he can get other stuff done while waiting for a chance to grab a second hero. He didn't see a fiend yet. He didn't see anything yet. Happy. Did he start tier 3? Yes. Was worried for a second there. No production. Nothing's going on. He got it now. Oh, you want to creep this with an Agent of War and 2 archers? Don't deny. Thank you. With enough fire, creep. Taking creeps like this is a bit harder. And this takes forever. Keeps the Ancient up though. Happy is taking his natural with his 3 ghouls. This seems a lot more efficient. And then we have what we expected with Fiend's Destroyer statues. We stay oppressive, dude. He prevents a level 3 Demon Hunter seemingly with ease.
A player's forces are under attack.
Happy's tier 3 is around the corner. Caho will get level 3 DH. Level 3 Naga is the problem. But he still has some time. 2 minutes roundabout. A little more maybe. Alright, lots of mana. Very, very unthankful.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, very efficient game by Happy as always. It's truly fascinating how Caho was in such great shape yesterday. Today so far, no chance. But we've seen it versus Life. One map was incredibly one-sided. The second map went to Life. That's the 1 point so far for the elf. But yeah, if the system is every player has to play at least twice, they can just send Laby twice and Happy 4 times and have a good time.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's what you get, Nightelf, when you don't invite Lawlight. That's what you get. And we go worms again. Okay, that did fail on Northern Isles, but Happy is adamant of implementing a worm into pro play. 3.5 heroes then. Vamp Aura for the ghouls. Lovely support. Scouting for an expansion, but there's no way how can do that.
player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Why no orb on Naga? Because she has Frost Arrow already. That is an orb effect. And you can only have one active orb per hero. And in this case, you want the slow. That's a classic ghoul push. A little later than usual. No healing items on the Demon Hunter worry me a little bit. Are we fighting with the worm this time? Yeah, Happy pulls back. Nice. Against life. He did the investment, he queued the worm, and then he fought. Here, adjustments. Fixing the mistake from one map to the other. Undeads have double duty today as they're facing the humans afterwards. Represented by Sock Infi and Fortitude. Well, well, well. Bear, down, worm, good impact, slow down the demon. Then turn to the bears, kill him ASAP. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. With the help of the Nightelf base, still Caho has no chance. This game was ruined very early on, similar to Craft versus Nabu yesterday. If a ghoul pull is successful, it's a really, really nice way to shatter an early game, and now whatever Happy clicked on will just be deleted from the game, except if there's a staff. But yeah, pretty much the perfect focus fire all along. Statues protected in the back, same for the DK, nice timing. Demon Hunter slowed down is such a huge drop in DPS, and if you don't have a strong Demon Hunter, what can you do? Type B2W rip and go next. That's what you can do. Just another manic Monday for Kaho, who goes 0-3 in this competition. Happy with his second win of day one of AUW Cup. Absolutely murders Caho on Last Refuge. And that makes it the first win for the Undead in this competition. Boom, 4-1. Actually, if we're honest, Night Elves can consider themselves lucky that they got 1 point. Roted666, thank you for the 4-month, mate. Tillerman has no idea how iconic his rant was. Dude, I would love... Like, is there someone who's still in touch with Tillerman? He like, just tell him. Just tell him that people are still quoting him. That'd be so nice. Buzzkill is asking regarding the W3 Champions Finals why there's no dead Demon Hunter pick for purchase. I thought about it, but you see it so often on the broadcast that it wouldn't be special. A dead Rifleman, now that is something you don't see every day. But dead DH, you know. Oh, now it's Kaho versus Laby again. Okay. What's the quote? What can you do? Oh wait, there is a soundboard. I'm so sure that I have the soundboard. Someone sent me the soundboard. 1000%. The human army is better than your army. Qbert sent me this, I think. Search Tillerman. No. Soundboard. No. Maybe not. Tiller? Army. Nope. Alrighty. Kaho versus Laby. Last ride for the Night Elves. Will it be a 5-1 or will it be a 4-2? That's what we decide here now. And something was wrong because the game closed immediately. It's Echo Owls. Ay. Expo maybe. Or Tower Push maybe. We'll see. Yeah, maybe they hosted the wrong map. I hope there's not a Flow TV bug, because I get kicked from the game rather quickly. Alright then. Players are asking about the system again. And we got a confirmation here. If it's, because it's 6 matches they have to play, if it's 3-3, they have an ace match. Silly question, perhaps. Why are people playing W3 Champions over BNet? I haven't played this game since 2003. Never hesitate to ask questions, Nick. Battle.net has a very suboptimal matchmaking. So you can face players way better than you or players way worse than you. And it only has 5 servers. W3 Champions has excellent matchmaking. So you always face players on your level. And it has 30 servers, which via the distribution around the world makes playing a lot more convenient and better for everybody. That's the short answer. There is many upsides for W3 Champions. That's even true from back in the day. I remember 230 MS on Battle.net and matchmaking. Yep. So Battle.net is probably pairing you faster because of it. But it's like you're plugging apples and Battle.net is like one big plantage and you throw all the apples into one big bucket. You just throw, right? It's a big bucket, but you might have green apples in there, red apples, yellow apples, all the apples in one big bucket. And W3 Champions has a lot of smaller buckets where the good apples, the red ones, are in a smaller bucket, the yellow ones, the green ones. And so you have to be a bit more precise, and that takes a little longer. And I think with a big influx of people on W3 Champions, it's not even that true anymore. That Battle.net is always a lot faster. Queue times should be very good these days. For me, they always are. But I'm like 1500, so that's perfect for matchmaking. I never have to wait for a game. It's still annoying that I have to play on NA. Bro, in Battle.net you have to play on Asia servers, man. That's not an argument for one or the other server. Oh, I have to play 100 ping from Europe to America. Ah.
attack.
We have a Demon Hunter on Echo Owls. This ruins my dreams of a Warden game. This time, no ghoul pull. I think Kaho will be happy about that.
The town is under siege.
On other games, I can select the preferred servers. Yeah, and like Dota, with a player base of millions of people, that might be doable. Our player base unfortunately doesn't support that. You get what you can.
A player's forces are under attack.
Fast Expo by Laby one more time, huh? And then it could very well be Gargs again. Curious to see how Caho plays against it this time. I mean, queue time is really fast. I wouldn't mind waiting one more minute to play on the same continent.
Town is under
Well,
siege.
if you only play America's players, you have it a lot easier than someone who plays Europeans, right? So that would be unfair. Especially if you'd only face North Americans. That's the easiest.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, shit, dude. Wee! Got an attack here. I really hope this works out for him. Okay, cancels TP. Gets the cancel as a trade? Worth it, I guess, especially with the expansion prior to tech on Kaho's side. I like that. Progress is made. We are creeping. Okay, so that's 3 cool things at once. Expo, creeping, and tech started, while Laby has only the creeping. This is super fast, though. If I'm from Canada and the opponent is from France, where's the server? Well, that depends where in Canada you are. If you're in Western Canada, it's US East. If you're in Eastern Canada, it's in the West UK.
A player's forces are under attack.
Or Ireland. Laby is trying to poke holes into the defense. The tree isn't on the destination just yet. Oh. Ancient of War can't help in the defense. Demon Hunter is completely out of position. Oh my god, it's so many ghouls. Holy smokes, there's so many ghouls! Instead of attacking, Shadow Priest has to run. Rip tree! Laby should be gladly trading a couple of ghouls here. Level 3 is reached anyway. Pulls all the wisp, but of course it's too late. That ward was insane, dude. Laby, the MVP of the Undeads today, goes 3-0. Well done, Laby. Every game was so well done, whether with Gargs or with ghouls or with rushes or with late game. Caho decimated only Life the Nightelf. That is surprising, by the way. Life the Nightelf who takes the dub. total disaster for the Night Elves. That was to be expected, I think. But yeah. 5-1. 5-1. Complete annihilation. That was not very competitive, and I would have loved to see Lawlight instead. Of either Life or Caho. Yeah, if I were a Night Elf, I'd probably lean back as well. And just wait for the patch. I went for a glass of water, game over. Dude, do you have to dig a well over there in Serbia? What the hell? It was 6 minutes 30. I mean, Last Refuge was over in 1 minute 30. Shouldn't go away too far when it's Undead vs Night Elf. I mean, okay. I don't know the lineup. I know that it's Undead versus Human next. You shouldn't even stream Night Elf games before the patch hits. It's always good fun, though. Come on, we are having fun with Night Elf games. The Night Elves don't have fun with the Night Elf games. But that's not our problem. That's a Night Elf problem. Feels like Shinkong also doesn't really know what's happening next. I think at this point, the only matchup Night Elf can win is versus Night Elf. Bro, you won a tournament yesterday. Linfang, don't be so angry again. Wait, where is it? Look at this. Caho completely stomping the competition. Easy peasy. Win against Orc, win against Undead, win against Human twice. So what now? You won every matchup. Mr. Linfang. What do you have to say? This is the most up-to-date tournament. This is the best example we have. And Caho prior to yesterday wasn't even in great shape. And Life in a slump, still able to make top 4. Guess I proved my point. Looks like we get Happy versus Sock. So we get Undead, 0, 0, Human. Zip, 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 zip. Sock. Oh, that was an exciting match. in B Cup. 3-2. It's only a qualifier. It's one of the biggest qualifiers of the year. Nightelf takes the most skill and the average Joe can't micro and multitask that well, so they'll blame their race. Nightelf takes the most skill. That's a crazy statement. And like what? You're obviously not talking about Warcraft 3. So I can't really follow. Is that like Lord of the Rings Online or Warhammer 40k that you're talking about? You have to clarify that for us. Happyverse Sock has started. In 2 minutes we go live. Oh my god, I'm gonna get DMs again. Blast is already typing. @Yannis Official on Twitter. War 3 Nightelf fans, up in arms. You have to respect the Nightelf players. So funny. Dude, I'm excited for this upcoming match, man. At every round, everything can happen. Sock and 40 and Infi versus Happy and Laby. I have no clue why 120 isn't in this. You're cocky, just you beat me in Immortals. I almost forgot about that already, Hastor. It was just a Saturday in my life. Nah, man, I will be bragging about these 2 matches until the day I die. "15 seconds. All right, guys. Undeads, as expected, trampling on the Night Elves with 5-1. Happy lost the match versus Live, though. Next up, Undead versus Human, and it starts with Happy and Sock on Springtime. Will it be Pally Rifle? Will we have any new developments? Lots and lots of questions in one of the most anticipated matchups of this entire competition. It is Happy and Labyrinth, with Happy starting first, versus Sock, Infi, and Fortitude, with Sock starting first. This is 6 matches, best of 1, in, I guess, no particular order. So we'll see what we're gonna get. This is map 1. Springtime it is, the big question as so often. Pally Rifles or no Pally Rifle? And Happy, do you have any new tools for us to display? Starting on the upper left-hand side, so far so standard. And Sock at the bottom right-hand side, also Archmage. Sock might be playing Pally Rifle here and there versus Orc, but against Undead, I think he is doing a lot better using Archmage. And Sock was quite an influencer in the B Cup winner bracket semifinal where this match happened. Eventually, it was Happy winning 3-2, but it was incredibly close. Sock has played something that I haven't seen in a while, very different from a Fortitude, for example, or also a Starbuck. Rifle tier 2 expansion. Yes. That worked on this map. So let's see if that's working again. Or if we have different plans. It is once again the Crypt Lord 1-0 in his match versus Fortitude yesterday at DWCC. Made a case for Lich again. But to be honest, that wasn't really punished by Fortitude the way it should be punished. Hey Luna, what's up? Glad you enjoy this. Oh, I should change the title for sure. Oh, this will be many more clicks if I put Fortitude or human players in the title compared to the Nightelf players.
A player's forces are
We
under
have
attack.
to change that. Fortitude, Infi, and Sock. Yes, that is way better advertisement. Humans at the moment have a problem with the Crypt Lord. It is a very, very dominant hero up until the later tier 3 stages where Griffins can take over. The problem is just getting there. To get there, I see a bit more of a tendency to A, completely ignore these plans and just push on tier 2 with rifles, because rifles are that strong. Or to delay expansions. We get the middle camp for that instant level 2. Happy is spending his time with an instant expo for Sasquatch. Hand of Blood is streaming, but I'm here, Neo. If that ain't love, I don't know what is. We love Hanno. So I can understand that this choice was very hard. I appreciate it a ton. Hanno also a Warcraft player from time to time, as far as I know. They have a WhatsApp friend group and play custom games or something. Anyway, I digress, I digress. Archmage close to level 3. Crypt Lord is coming in. Who expands better? For now, the answer is clearly the Undead, as Sock has postponed his expo and might even be teching. He gets the level 3 up. He's trying to run circles, trying to run to the shop. Boots, telestaff, anything? Oh, would Sock love to have a telestaff, but he was a second too late and gets punished immediately. And now Archmage on the other side of the map. Still makes it across. Hoodie, no water elemental support here. And these workers. Oh, I like that he pulls militia, creeps the camp, then sends them over. Happy has, of course, perfect information as he oftentimes does. Whole different intensity already.
Player's forces are under attack.
This might be a bit too late. Or is it Archmage? Oh, lobs the Water Elemental over the Crypt Lord Acolyte defense. And now it's a whole different ball game. No Impale against the Footies. It's finished now. Happy can't cancel, but he can repair. And Water Elementals do way less damage at this point, so he has to rely on Footmen, but they die one after the next. Uh-oh, disaster. GG. Oh no, that impale on the left-hand side. Sock, that's what can happen if you're too passive. 4 minutes, 40 seconds, not the banger that we've seen at B-Cup, but a 4-minute demolition here on Springtime. Yeah, this happens to more and more games. If you can't cancel the Undead Expo and delay your Expo, GG. Sick by Happy to realize that the big threat is not the Water Elemental, but the Footman, as the Haunted Goldmine has progressed so much. And he did so much damage to it. God damn it. God damn it. Sock stays on, so it follows the pattern that in the first rounds it's best of 2. And we get Concealed Hill next. Does anybody, by the way, have the problem on Discord that if you have Discord on the second monitor, it goes black or turns black? That's odd. Shopcatch was game breaker. Yep, I agree. I went to the bathroom, game over. How big is your mansion in Serbia, Haster, that it takes you 6 minutes to get to the bathroom? Or do you have old man problems? That's likely when you're streaming. It seems to try and prevent pirating. But
Thank you for your work, guys. Much love from Hungary.
let's go, Teravat Kun. Thank you for the 6 months. Yeah, I think it is only when I'm streaming now that you mention it. But it never happened before. Started Saturday or something. Anyway, 1-0 for the Undead. It was quite a disaster. We see the same game again. Happy in his opening match versus Nightelf was defeated once on a map. So who says that Sock can't do the same? Here on Concealed Hill, it's kinda been somewhat established to go for a rifle push recently, which I personally don't think is that exciting. But people are not playing for my excitement, but rather results. And then, of course, I can understand it. Let's go to see if Sock lasts longer than 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Could very well be the same again with double expansion attempts. Could very well be a different. Not even blinking now. I hope this is a 50-minute match. With all the tier 3 and all the expansions and Tug of War, etc. Creepy. Archmage. The expected start to the game. As so often we mention, on Concealed Hill, expansion's very tough. Poison Purge and tankiness / damage is high. That's why humans oftentimes refer to a tier 2 rifle push.
A player's forces are under attack.
Creeping is the name of the game, as so often. Level 2, level 3, huge power spikes. So far, 3 farms, a couple of workers, and Happy instant expansion as so often. If you tell a player from 2010 that Undead can pretty much expand in every matchup, they'd laugh at you. Put these around for an additional corpse. And of course, not a great sign if you lose your 130 gold worker for pretty much nothing. Level 2 around the corner. Very similar situation than game 1. With fewer creeping, earlier expo. This has to be clean, otherwise Happy's gonna be right in your face. we see the ghouls coming across. Happy always knows the perfect amount of ghouls for the situation. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 6. When he calls the boys answer. Beetle appeared. I was worried for a second. But yeah. Everything is orange. Hold your tongue for US politics jokes. And that's the Cryptod staff that we've seen terrorizing human players for quite some time. Workers falling, towers falling, but also ghouls. With the power of water elementals, the level 3 power spike, yeah. Can't do much here, but it's a trade, right? We only have 6 ghouls remaining, but more mana for more beetles. Militia coming in trying to arrest them, and if you face 2 water elementals, you better back off trying to squeeze out. No! Trying to squeeze out a second or 2. Can't even get the skeleton. Oh my. Master Mugambe, thank you for the 45-month. What a long time.
B2W Muddy, B2W Muddy.
Let's go. No muddy on this map, unfortunately. It's always a sad time. Oh, the impale. 7 targets. Beautiful. Happy keeps the pressure high, trying to get rid of the workers who are always the #1 target here. And they're not too well protected as 2 beetles can attack and more ghouls can attack. The hyper aggression that Happy learned by learning how to defeat Petty Rifle, it's also applicable in the Archmage expansion. Oh, surround. He needs it. The staff is off cooldown anyway. And instead he gets the Archmage surrounded. Jesus Christ. It feels like Happy has solved this matchup, guys. Gonna wait till this one ends till I get my next coffee. Yeah, you don't have to worry that it's getting cold, I'd say. Lousy situation. Pelly Rifle have created a monster? Yes. Yes. This is free healing. He even sends the beetles to the fountain. I'm such a fanboy, man. Even if Happy is doing something trivial, like sending a beetle to the fountain, he's like, oh my god, Happy, what a god. But it's the attention to detail, the extra 0.0005% that makes him stand out. Happy is teching already. Can he kill this worker? Ah! Okay. Okay, we get the expo up. Archmage? Level 4.2. That is scary. Gold is alright. Ooh, surround. Okay. This one ghoul shall be defended nicely. Can he throw Happy back? Second crypt coming up.
Player's forces are under attack.
Honestly, Happy is on another level. The way he's micro is beyond the comprehension of his competitors. When Happy talks, they listen. When Happy plays, they admire. He's like the Messi of Warcraft or the Faker. I'd say he's the Cristiano Ronaldo, to be honest. Messi is gifted, right? I don't think Happy is that gifted. He is a hard worker. If there's a problem to solve, he spends 20 hours non-stop working on the problem until it's fixed. How is it rude when I say he's not gifted? How is that rude? It's not an insult. When I say he's a hard freaking worker who never stops until a problem is solved. We tried to rebuild the altar. Happy can't tech at the moment. The footman attack is really good. That was a wand of negation. Happy is getting more and more used to it. I see. And he's actually a bit in trouble, I'd say. Sock is doing a wonderful job in putting pressure onto Happy to slow down the Crypt Lord. To gather more levels, saving the water elemental to the side. Ooh, that's more expenses. He is building a slaughterhouse in the back, but it's surely late. That's the second wand of negation. Are you telling me 1 week before we change the wand of negation, people start to appreciate wand of negation? Well, people happy at least. That was actually necessary, but this was also very expensive. 300 gold that can't be put into army. Thank you, VGR DPQ. You understand the point.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh. Yeah, okay. There's a fallback net. You can fix this now. Otherwise, the ogre walks all the way back and you lose a lot of time. So, red spot happy. What we got? Ogre Flame's nice for the Crypt Lord, I'd say. Especially doing creeping, but that's over soon. Zapper. It is a very, very fortified expo with double slaughterhouse, actually. And Happy scouts it. Happy draws a lot of his strength from scouting and min-maxing. That Stormbolt didn't necessarily land. Off we go. Can't really do much here. Hero's too strong. Fiends up. No. Not enough footmen to contest this. Sock with the Shredder and Griffin Aviary. The big problems at the moment for human. How to reach the Griffins. His micro is literally legendary. Oh, the Sapperfall equals gifted. I don't think that's necessarily... That's not the same at all. Like, some people start a game and they're immediately very good at it. I had a friend who was just a natural at every game he touched. But I don't think this stuff like that comes to Happy. He's just working so hard on it. For 6 years, he's in the top 2 of most played games. While other people are way more slacking, taking breaks. When did Happy take a break? I think he's Messi and Ronaldo in one person. But I feel like the majority of people understand my point. And some people just want to argue for the sake of the argument, which is fine. You can do that, but I think my point comes across. So let's focus on the match. The Griffins are coming. The Pally is coming. The staffs is there. One staff is there already. Mountain King levels are an issue. Pally... close. He's next to the shop. Is there any way to save him with his staff? There is. Holy Light will be missing. There's no towers here because some gyros are there. Can he save them? Happy diving. Wait a bit. Griffins are a nice answer to ghouls, to fiends, to statues. Against destroyers, though, they're really not that great. But first, you have to clean up the ground, and then you aim for the air. Level 3 DK, pretty good. Gyro position, I like a lot. Knights falling on the ground, but it's fine if they're the buffer unit for gyros and griffins. Call to arms! Alrighty. Sort needs more production, but he's focusing on gyros heavily to have something against these destroyers. Pally in trouble once again. Step in cooldown. 3 seconds. Any nukers? Don't think so. Gets another fiend. The militia are suffering big time. So Happy is getting ahead economically. But is... Oh, Shredder down. These two destroyers, they might fall in a couple of seconds. Switching to gyros was a good choice, I think, by Sock. But he needs to get some kills, man. He did the damage, but he can't get the kills. Maybe Happy in the early game was a little too far ahead. And even with the first 2 griffins, 3 griffins, Happy wins this. An absolute monster in these matchups today. Goes 2-0. And so do the Undeads. Now, it should be Labyrinth turn. But we kind of don't know how this pays out. Yeah, crazy amount of min-maxing. I mean, sending beetles to the fountain is one sign of that, right? He did so much damage in the beginning. Expo was very, very late. Sock tried his best to catch up. Happy is asking for 5 minutes, I think. Needs a break. So much for the hard working, huh? Oh, it's Happy versus Fortitude, guys. It's Happy versus Fortitude. It's happening. I hope this is another best of 2. I'm incredibly curious what's happening now. Is it still Petty Rifle? Will they bring their best? Are there hiding strategies for DWCC? Oh, I don't know, man. Literally anything could happen. From Happy Ruffle stomping 40 to this goes the other way. First map is Hammerfall. Absolutely incredible. Talent discussion still going on. Seems like we have some... Oh, the 5 minutes seem to be over. All right. Seems like we have a very different definition of talent. Time's flying. Hey, when you're having fun, eh? Like, if you compare... Okay, one last sentence towards this. If you compare Happy and 120, it is, I think, undeniable that both are somewhat gifted in this game in very different aspects in this game. But Happy is happy because he's that Cristiano Ronaldo kind of worker and grinder. While 120, of course he's thinking about it, but he's not as much of a grinder at all. Like, it comes to him, it seems like. But it's not like he's spending 20 hours on the pitch and in the gym. So, like, do you understand what I'm saying? I think if you compare Happy and 120, it's kind of obvious. No. All right. It is a good comprehension. Thank you. Thank you. 50 seconds. I would argue that they practice differently. 120 is more custom games. Is 120 a guy who would spend, I don't know, 12 hours to fix a problem? He has his ups and downs, right? Happy is just a steady line with some peaks when he can't beat it, something. He's just playing ladder? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, if you look at B Cup 16, winner bracket final, Happy loses to Starbuck against Pally Rifle, and the next day he is destroying him. Like, obviously something happened in between. People just liking a hum up on dumb shit, dying on pointless arguments. Yep. And that's no disrespect to 120. Like, at all. I'd probably, like, for watching, I'd prefer 120. Like, I probably would prefer Messi on a pitch more as well. Anyway, let's freaking enjoy Happy vs Fortitude. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Here, both players are clearly gifted. Both players are clearly hardworking, okay? These are the two best Warcraft players on the planet, and there is absolutely no discussion about it. Savior of the humans has to be Fortitude. Happy is slapping Sock around. Happy was slapping Starbuck around. Now, we haven't seen Happy versus 40 in a while. Can you still play Pally Rifle? How is Fortitude solving the Crypt Lord problem? Last time, it was Huashan Sword Cup, where Happy took back-to-back wins. The match before was the Don't Force Me Cup, where Fortitude took a 4-1 win. We also go back to Archmage. This is Hammerfall. This is not a Pally Rifle map, so we can't draw conclusions from this. But we can draw conclusions by how Fortitude is trying to fix the Beetle Boy. Fortitude has always been the best in expansion games. He's also a very good Pally Rifle player, I think. Probably second best in the world. next to Starbuck. But there's nobody close to his Archmage expansion. Oh, this is exciting, guys. This could be a complete dud since it's only the Ancient of Wonders Cup and DWCC.
Let's go happy.
Thank you, it's just Peter. It's only Ancient Wonders Cup. The 21,000 DWCC is in 2 weeks. And that's where it counts. This is like the online world championship coming up. But Fortitude has always worn the crest of the humans with pride. And he's the defender of human. And the innovator. He's the flag bearer, right? So since this is a faction clash, I think it's about making a statement. There's honor on the line here. There's bragging rights on the line. So let's see. 40 with a little bit of a... How do I put it? His dominance got a scratch yesterday when he lost DWCC China to Caho in his weak Nightelf matchup. Or weakest matchup, that is versus Nightelf. Going for a very safe creep. And 4 farms. How aggressive is Happy? Fortitude already with few mind games. Usually the expansion is always here because you draw out the golem. See? Sidestep. Level 3 acquired. Where's the attack gonna end up on? We don't have much vision for Happy, to be honest. Footman already on the corner. Archmage does have a staff, comes in. Oh yeah. This is the game we want to see. Archmage needs a little bit of a safe spot, needs a water elemental, and then off we go. There shouldn't be a way to do as... Oh, he's blocked. This will be a town portal. At what cost? At the expansion cost. Footman was attacking a ghoul for a second. Still enough damage. Now, don't feed too much XP, I guess. If he's stunned by an impale... Oh... Big bait, 40 with the town portal. Happy calculating, of course, do I have enough damage to kill that Archmage? Answer was no. 50 seconds on the clock for the next staff. Happy gets the beetle out. Way different game than the ones against Sock, where Happy was at the human expansion for minutes, but this attack is coming now. Archmage still hurt. Picks up the tome. Hero of Twitch chat. And it does make a difference. It is more mana. It is more attack. And Happy sees, oh, you're defending, huh? Archmage intercepted. Only level 1 impale with boots. Archmage is way faster. And Happy can't attack. Look how different this is compared to the Sock game. Night and the day. Water Elemental about to expire. This could turn into a problem, and 40 forgot the power build for quite a while. Not a perfect game for any of the players, I'd say. Happy waiting in the wings. Water Elemental about to expire. We do have an Arcane Tower against Beetles. Not that great against Ghouls. About between these two, it's about every unit. And every XP point. 40 tamed a little bit by the ghoul run by. Sets up a trap with Water Elemental, but every Water Elemental that's used defensively can't be used offensively. And Happy with one cancel. Should be quite satisfying. Love how he gets 2 units with his claws, of course, damage amplified. Archmage has to play it quite careful now. Defensive positions. He's basically a hose for the water elemental.
A player's forces are under attack.
And 40 trying to poke holes in the defense and stop creeping. Level 4 Crypt Lord is scary. Love the movement of the Archmage. Crypt Lord has boots now. Can't really follow. Happy creeping in between. Tech has started relatively fast for a matchup between human and undead these days. No impale used. Archmage back off to the Shredder. Everybody knows that Fortitude loves the lab for Shredder and Zeppelin. Happy in for the creep check. Impale. Can't get it. Went off mana stealing. Amazing item against the Crypt Lord, who's always hungry for mana. Happy's Impale, a thing of its own. New beetles killed immediately. That's a bit of progress for the Archmage. And most importantly, Shredder can go to work. Zeppelin stays on the field. There's no anti-air solution for Happy right now. And of course, the Zeppelin is also a solution for 4 surrounds. Don't want to lose a game because of that. That could be rule number 3. Archmage is abandoning his brothers. But the arrogant old mage doesn't care about the foot people. No mana for Impale anymore. And if there was, he could use the wand. I like this defensive play. I like this setup on both sides. Footman saved, not donated. Another ghoul. This is, of course, information. How far along are you? Can I still enter? Is this walled off? And we have Zeppelins on both sides now. Look at that. Footman also falling. Ooh, 2 Footmen falling, actually. Careful now, 40. This might not be enough. Trying to stab. Close. Gets him out with 36 HP. Yo, I think we can deduct that this is an undead human on top level. He wants to stay here. That's crazy to me. But alright. Buy time for the tech. Mountain King will arrive in a second. Wand used. Last hit to 40. Impale! No TP! Oh my god. He is getting the last hit as well. Huge loss. Archmage level 4 killed. The Warlord went to 40. All right. So that was XP denied on Happy's side, but then he gets the big boost with that hero kill. 40 flying too close to the sun. Very, very, very greedy and gets punished for it. And we go workshops. Workshops, Griffin Aviary. Double workshop, double Griffin Aviary. Air superiority is the name of the game in Human vs. Undead. Compo Lentelli step gone, double mana potion, Archmage again full health. But the coil is here. The race to level 5 is on. Prevents it for now. Invo potion forced, another 150. Gold gone, Impale, nice, and now we got level 5. This is exactly why 40 is going heavily for air. Because you don't want to fear the impact of Impale. Stormbolt to control that. Crypt Lord will force another coil. Heal scroll used as well. It's only... Oh, Archmage has a TP this time. Potion wants to stay here for another Mountain King kill. Now the TP after getting that Fiend. Every Fiend matters a lot for Web. Workshop in preparation for Banshees. Nah, I think it's against Destroyers. You don't want to go Dragonhawks at all. So a couple of gyros against Destroyers. 40 loves the tanks as well, so it's never useless. And then as you said, if there's Banshees, he can go Mortars. Very, very well prepared for the late game. Happy is missing the Temples of the Damned. He has resources for at least one. But he also needs Web, he needs Frenzy, he needs the Lich, he needs Destroyers. That's very, very lumber heavy. And he lost a lot of ghouls in that game. Supply-wise, it's in Happy's favor. But we're still waiting for production. Still waiting for the pally. Now it's 49 and economic efficiency is crazy good. Staying in no upkeep, mining from 2 bases. Oftentimes the win condition is a 3rd base for any of the player, but I don't think Happy can think about that yet without Banshees. The Crypt Lord is losing power levels now, as there's only 4 or 5 units on the ground. He'll still hit every single one with that Impale, but you know, the majority is in the air, and then a Dreadlord would be way better. But you need the Lich, you need the DK. Big attack. 40 started his first round of production. 5-6 units at once. Can he buy the time? Griffins take a long time. 40 might lose a tower. Defensive position with the gyros. Yeah, he's not slacking here at all. He's not holding back for the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup. Now the gyros are here. Web is up, but only 4 of them. That frees the air for the Griffins, who can decimate the ghouls and fiends and beetles like it's nothing. Gyro attack is wonderful with flak cannons. 10 supply deleted from the fight. Lots about heroes now. Need the paladin. Needs some healing. Mountain King to the back. Pally arrives. Needs the Holy Light ASAP. Oh, he's greedy. Oh, he's greedy. Should be fine regardless. Griffin still in the air. So much damage on statues. Love that he goes for the focus fire here. We have clapped on every single fiend there is. And more reinforcements coming in. 40 has 1,000 gold still. It's not producing. Now more Griffins. Happy is taking a good fight, but the danger of losing 9 food are quite big, to be honest, with the Mountain King like this. Aiming for the ledge! Holy Light offensively! There was no coil no more. He could have swapped an Invo Potion. He tried with the Health Stone, but didn't use it. The Stormbolt lasts too long. And that is a major upset. Again, the new King Pally. Game changer. 40 re-establishing air superiority. Mountain King cannot be touched without the Lich. And he's just cleaning house, dude. He's just cleaning house for now. Impale on the 2 heroes that are remaining. We don't have a staff, we don't have a TP, we don't have Invo Potion. This is not over. Happy can rip his head off with a little bit more mana. Yeah, I think 40 is doing a good job recovering here, retreating here. Happy might get a bit of experience, but not on the Lich, and that's most important right now. Pally close to 2 with the green spot. He gets it. And creeping with Griffins is so fast. No Banshees at all. That was the weakness that 40 realized immediately. No anti-magic shell. Hero nuking is possible. 5 for 2. Goes Devotion aura over Divine Shield.
A player's forces are under attack.
Risky business. 4 statues on the ground. Gonna go for Destroyer Bust again. Here's 1. Neck and neck. How many gyros? 3. Gonna be 5 soon. Attack upgrade and Stormhammer upgrade. 40 is not rich. He can't produce freely. 1 tower. That's all he got. Blasting through the mana. Why not? Do damage. Keep the economy low. Forty can't afford to lose this expo at all. He's waiting for the next gyro and then he has to engage almost. Lots of Griffins. This is quite some control. The gyros are coming in a couple of seconds later. Web was used already and Happy sees no chance in this air fight at all. Gyro numbers pretty much perfect. Another fiend falling, but 40 also. There's not much left, to be honest.
A player's forces are under
Efficiency of the human should be a little better late game. Love how 40 is waiting a little bit. Trigger the web. Wait for the destroyers to lose some mana, then engage. Don't donate these gyros away. They're cheap and expensive at the same time, right? It's so odd. Cheap in comparison to, let's say, a Griffin or a Dragonhawk, but per supply, most expensive unit in the game. And it needs more. Destroyers are the only threat, really. Mountain King Griffins deal with the ground. What about the air? Interesting to see Happy not going Banshees at all. 5-3. 12 gyros. Again, tick, 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 tick. Mana destroyers are the only scary thing next to the heroes. The clap is amazing! Gyros coming in, flak cannons doing lots of damage. Does this clean the ground for the Mountain King? And does this clean the air for the Griffins? Pally! Staff out! Beautifully done! More and more gyros are falling. Mountain King in trouble with the Pally not part of the fight. No consumables either. Coil hits the Fiend, not the Mountain King. Maybe that was an option. Shredder falling. MK nuked! Safe to the side though. Archmage is the only hero still in, and Fortitude is losing way too much in this fight. Level 6 and 40 has to tap out. Happy goes 3-0 versus Human. Crazy tempo by Happy after the fight on the left-hand side. Doubling down on destroyers is not something you see every day. It was consensus. You need something else to fight this. You need especially Banshees. Happy says, screw you. I need Destros, Destros, and more Destros. Very impressive win. The early game was damn close. Then, of course, Archmage loss in the middle was big. That could have gotten Fortitude quite some momentum if the Archmage does not have to be revived from the Tavern. Then his bank is even bigger. Happy is insane. Check that graph. So much came from behind. Crazy fight. Upgrades, man. Yeah, he didn't have to invest into Temple or anti-magic upgrade. Then you have the resources for the unit upgrades, right? Attack and defense. That helped the gyros immensely. 40 wasn't able to afford this yet. And 2-2 versus 1-0 is surely a difference. Good for us, we get another game. In 30 seconds on Tidehunters. Happy is insane these days, man. Currently 5-0 map win streak. For Happy, who's obviously the big favorite. Well, obviously, not sure. The last big tournaments did not go to Happy. Not the Dolphin Cup, not the Don't Force Me finals. The B Cups did, but they're a tier below. It felt like 40 hasn't shown his true cards in a while. And maybe took some time to rest as well. Of course, family man. It was an intense time at the end of the year. Stats are crazy, man. 25 to 29 on this patch. Can no human stop Happy anymore? Did he truly figure out the matchup? Or is there a way on another map? Tidehunters it is. This will tell us. 40 tried hard. Good attacks. Cancelled the expo once. This is the minimum. No follow-up though. With everybody being so keen on going Griffins. Lich first. Gamble by Happy for sure. This is what you get. Oh man, this is such an interesting dynamic. So everybody is moving away from Pally Rifle because Happy solved Pally Rifle. And you only go Crypt Lord because of Pally Rifle, because Lich is so bad against it. Now that everybody is going Archmage again, Lich is an option. You gotta gamble. And you have to be a little bit lucky. But Lich has always been Happy's preferred hero if he could. He did that to Sock on Echo Isles, and he dominated. We'll see. All the humans had issues with the Crypt Lord recently. How does things look?
A player's forces are under attack.
40, very atypical for him. Cleaning up the expansion. So this is a lot about mind games. What do you expect from me? What can I change so your strategy is a little bit weaker against what I do? The S and RTS. This game will be very explosive. Fortitude sees it. I'm not even sure if he's so unhappy about it. Opens up the ground for Knight's Gyros. It is just a lot of pressure and requires some creeping as well, this opening. 40 is very aggressive, which the Lich can defend quite quickly with Nova chip damage. One more Water Elemental in a bit. Felt like it's time for a Nova already. Archmage very quick, now level 2. Expo coming as well. Footy denied. Sick. First Ziggurat rip, second Ziggurat rip. Lich is not necessarily a must expand first hero. 120 has shown Lich Ted Fiends is a thing. And it can be devastating. But Happy is oftentimes stubborn. When in the beginning of the match he wanted to play Lich expansion, then he will try his best to play Lich expansion. In the meantime, 40 able to recover some mana. Fools ravaging the economy, but not too much. Without a Crypt Lord, there's no instant necessity to go for this Arcane, so you can queue the Town Hall a little faster. And with that, it's a couple more militia. This delays the tech timing, but in general, we're fine.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now we wait for the pendulum to swing back. Archmage not level 3. Got the claws, that's nice. Happy was a little bit jealous seeing that. The Gloves of Haste at least for a little bit of damage. Archmage boots, exactly. We have a Water Elemental at home for exactly this defense. Archmage has no staff, shouldn't be surrounded here to save the town portal. Big Nova, always on the economy, but since we have this town hall, losing workers is okay. Losing the tower, not so much. Now that's a big help. Trying to go for the Archmage, of course. That is a weak HP target. Fools chasing, but always in proximity to tower and Water Elemental. Very solid defense so far. And with that, 40's expansion is a lot faster. This will be the last game between them. Laby has to play the next 2 maps, as one player has to play at least 2 times in a match. Next round of aggression. Happy is trying to buy time and even out the economy situation, especially the lumber, since Fortitude still didn't tech yet.
A player's force
He's actually not that close, to be honest. Lich has a Nova. What is the town portal? We have no... Oh, we do have a shop. Buying some time, which he needed. Moving to the right-hand side. 40, where are you going? You don't have a region scroll. Odd. Very odd. He might be caught here. Lich has a Nova. Needs to get the region. Odd play by 40. Not too sure what he tried to accomplish. Goes behind the creep so the Lich doesn't want to follow. Still gets his target though. Oh, Happy is so dominant with this Lich. Jesus. Footies are attacking the retreating ghoul, so of course regen a lot. And Happy's micro on point, but he can't escape that. In the meantime, Lich is slaughtering more workers during the tech of tier 2. Crazy back and forth between the best players in the world. More kills. Archmage still didn't heal. Happy has no TP or a telestaff. I gotta say, my Warcraft brain is not big enough to understand these moves. Telestaff to the rescue, close to level 3, Lich hurt. This is so much economy damage done. Ouch!
A player's forces are under attack.
Finally deals with the footman, but after a couple of kills. Both have an expo running for them now, the region scroll. A couple of workers rebuild at the expo, which was absolutely necessary. Needs a lumber mill. I don't think 40 will have the time for the shop, but prove me wrong. Lich is healing with the ritual dagger.
A player's forces are under attack.
He is going for Shredder Zap. Happy takes a step back too. Rip Makrura closing in on level 4 with that. Ooh, scary, scary levels. This is usually what you want to prevent. Attacked by Happy and 40 at the very same time. Deny? But that's level 4. And that is a lot of mana recovery on that Lich now with every eaten skeleton. Last time 40 could afford to be aggressive has been minutes. He's still somewhat comfortable. No panic towers. He started. First attack upgrade for Happy already.
Forces are under attack.
Happy gets the revenge for the turtle steal earlier. Love the heal scroll against Nova. Curious what Happy is playing third. On 2 bases, could very well be a Dreadlord. DK second, of course. Locked in. So trying to trade Footman. Doesn't get too much out of it though. MK second, tech 50%. Is it time to hammer away? As long as the coil is low. I don't think he has the time for that really. Yeah, regular pick would be Dark Ranger of course. Oh, heal potion necessary. 1 coil Nova for 150 gold. Yes, please. These two gents playing a completely different game than me. These two gents are playing a completely different game than anyone else. Counter aggression now. As long as the footmen have value, use it. The Lich is the scariest hero on the field right now. Good coil before the Stormbolt hit. Archmage far forward, but wants that Fiend at all costs. Footmen hold no value anymore, especially with Destroyers so close around the corner. Fiends will hold value across the entire game. That's the thinking process. That's the traits you want to go for. But it is one Fiend for what? 3 Footmen? The creeps are getting involved too with the pesky and snare. Trying to flank a little bit from the right-hand side. Everything is hurt for Happy, but nothing is stat you can't fix if he disengages now and the Brilliance Aura isn't good enough to give him another hammer. And that is then a net positive. Oh, wow. Archmage and Lich projectile at the same speed. Dude, these two are thinking so alike.
The player's forces are under attack.
Gyros coming. Knights coming. It is a very different game than the last one. If you don't face a Crypt Lord, the ground is yours. Because there's no Impale. Yes, Nova hurts. But for Knights, that's alright. Scouting Gyro Web. Interesting building positioning here. Looks a little Sonic-esque. 40 needs army ASAP. Wolves coming. Destroyer push around the corner.
Behind! A player's forces are under attack.
Is Dark Ranger Pally coming as well? More Knights. We only have 2. Wow, Sanctum without seeing Banshees. Lich Orb up, second attack upgrade up, Destroyer Frenzy up. We can morph only one Destro though. Maybe chain... Oh, a second one. One statue has to be kept on the ground. 40 with the backstab, but Happy's retreating behind 40's buildings. That is a very wonky situation. Mountain King feels it immediately. Now the Knights go through. Wept again. Destroyers ravaging this economy, getting rid of the tower, opening up the base for more ghoul harass. And the trades are similar once again. Knights try to attack these fiends as fast, as hard as possible. Archmage, not really part of the defense, turns around for the gyros, but production of gyros with the loss of the workshop is surely a problem. Staff on cooldown, Holy Light saved for the Mountain King. Maybe silenced? He is! And the Mountain King falls. Fantastic Dark Ranger play. Happy miles and miles ahead now with the lack of anti-air, and he sweeps 40 once again. GG, well done. Nobody, it's a fact now. No human can stop Happy anymore. That is problematic. Whether with Griffins nor with Knights gyros. There wasn't enough gyros like at all, and that workshop positioning was quite an invite, I gotta say. Happy goes 4-0 against the 2 best humans in the world. It felt like he didn't even break a sweat, but that can oftentimes be misleading. Brutal. He's just freaking brutal. Great control, 2 different heroes, always attacking the gold mine a little more than your opponent, or than his opponent. And the timings are just great. The traits also, the positioning, beautiful. It's easy to expose fiends to Stormbolt footies, as we had on the Murloc position right-hand side of the marketplace. Happy lost 1. And then he retreats behind the workshop. Knights can't engage. And then that's also a problem. 40 has some work to do. Sock has some work to do. DWCC is coming closer and closer, and it's not getting easier. Fascinating to see how he fixes this former issue of his, matchup-wise, with timings. Not units. Hammerfall closer, I'd say. The fact that Happy has options again, and that he's using these options to switch between Lich and Cryptlord, scary for the human players. Very scary. But yeah, as I said, 40 maybe not in tournament mode just yet. He's the scariest in the big events. The Dubais. The Don't Force Me Grand Finals. You know, when it matters most, we see the best Fortitude. He has now lost DWCC China. $1,600 qualifier, alright. And he has lost this one. With that, by the way, it's fairly safe to say that we will get Undead in the finals. Would have thought. Let him cook, though. Let him cook. Next up is Laby versus Sock, and then Laby versus 40. Or is it Infi? Wait. Previously, the rule was every player has to be seeded at least twice. Now it's Laby versus Sock, and then it's Happy again? Maybe versus Infi even? Yeah, you know, I'm not questioning these rules. Just seed Happy every game. It's good for viewership. I'm just copying what's on the Chinese stream, guys. I got no clue. I got no clue. But yeah, devastating defeat. Oh, it's Laby versus 40. So Shinkong is completely wrong. So maybe it's not.
Happy equals God.
Happy equals God. Anonymous, thank you for the $10. Much love, mate. Glad you appreciate the skills of the best player in the world right now. Yeah, Shinkong stream says Laby versus Sock, but it is Laby versus 40. And then we'll just see what's up next. But yeah, two best of ones coming up. And as far as I understand the rules, it should be Laby twice. Maybe they adjusted on the fly. Who knows? But yeah, Happy as the crown at the moment. That is undoubtable. "30 seconds and we're able to get into the game. So can Laby beat 40? Can 40 beat Laby? Laby had a crazy rise into the top 4 of the ELO ranking a couple of weeks ago. Then came B Cup and he couldn't follow this up anymore, with 120 taken over as the second best Undead in the world. There's always a competition between them. Usually 1-0 is ahead. But Laby is surely improving his game. Like, whoever's doubting that, you're a fool. This is surely an improved Laby compared to previous competition. And now there's proving ground in a match against the best human versus undead player in the world in Fortitude. 40 is the big favorite. 2 and 8 this patch reflect that big time. So, will 40 be able to brush off that defeat versus Happy easily? Or is something holding him back right now? Left-hand side Laby, Fortitude right-hand side. Bit of a swan song time we have right here. 8 days till the patch hits us. Will we see a version 4 of the PTR? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Probably not, I'd say. And then we get the patch on the 15th. And we got DWCC 3 days later. Interesting times. Interesting times. Archmage, Crypt Lord, Standard. I wouldn't be too surprised if Laby is able to make this real close. Laby versus Nightelf undefeated today. Very good shape for the Korean Undead.
A player's forces are under attack.
But 40 is still 40. And if there's at some point 7 tanks and honk honk, they destroy an Undead base, I wouldn't be too surprised either. I don't think these guys played each other in a while. Maybe at WSB? Let me check. They had a Don't Force Me show final. The last 3 games all went to 40. Then it was WSB, but it was also 3 and 1 to 40. Ooh. Rifle push, of course. It's Northern Isles. You can play one base. Similar to Concealed Hill. If you don't feel confident in going expansion versus expansion, just push. For that, you want to hurt the undead as much as possible. Sick Impale, but that's a lot of mana. 1 Impale is 4 beetles. Fortitude has gone to war with 1-0 on this map. 1-0 also always expanding. Oh, Laby, there was a chance for us around here. Archmage still trailing behind, but Crypt Lord Ghouls necessary to defend these footmen. If this is an expansion cancel, and it very much looks like it for now, the door for a 40 win is wide open. And just a disclaimer to the previous match. Oh, the cloak is amazing. Just a disclaimer for the previous match. 40 hasn't played a rifle push, which seems to be more and more the meta these days. Nor has he played rifle expansion, which surprised Happy before. So he has more tools for the next upcoming tournament. Rifle push confirmed.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
40 pulling back. Everything's too hurt. Waiting for the shop, which will take some time. Laby will of course be on tier 1 for a while. Question is how he approaches this. What's his plan to slow 40 down? He needs fortification, he needs a graveyard, double crypt, towers, tech. And similar to Happy, he's going graveyard into tech for stability. But losing a graveyard is quite big.
A player's forces are under attack.
That delays everything, especially Spirit Towers. Ghoul infestation in Fortitude's base. No tower. No tower at all. This is why people don't play Pally Rifle anymore. And this might also be the reason why a rifle push might be scary. We get a Mountain King soon. This is a lot of ghouls, of course. On only one crypt. We see a lot of potential kills for 40. Oh, his Archmage will be such high level. This is disrupting the economy, of course, at a very, very crucial timing for 40. Who wants the rifles, who wants some casters, who has to invest into towers soon. 40 is only, quote-unquote, disrupting economy and maybe the tech tree. Super disruptive. But Laby can somewhat rebuild.
Players' forces are under attack.
No deny. Can somewhat rebuild at the expo. 40 has no lumber whatsoever. Triple Water Elemental is so brutal right now. We are rebuilding. Second crypt and graveyard. This is the play. Smart Laby. Having a backup plan for these situations is rather good. Now we got the Crypt Lord home. Instantly going for a deny, but he can't deny level 4 anymore, and the Mountain King is here. 40's pressure, legendary. Laby is suffering from Archmage Footman. MK. He might even be surrounded. Wait a minute, is he just dead? He has no TP, he can't go potions because he's tier 1. Oh my god, the block was sick. We thought finally he's able to defend with the Crypt Lord home, but then knock out punch Crypt Lord. There's not even resources because he was strapped for cash for so long to get him back from the tavern. An altar revive is possible, we don't even have an altar. GG. Ooh, 40 unleashes his wrath. And puts human on the board to at least tie it up with the Nightelfs, who also got one map of the Undead. Yeah, well done. Great pressure. Didn't even need any towers. Was Laby a bit too late with everything, a bit overwhelmed. I don't think the ghoul push into the main was horrible at all, but you need a staff to be able to respond. Otherwise, the human is just dancing circles around you. And apparently I did understand the rules, and it is Laby versus Sock as our final match of the day, before we have at 8 PM the FFA. So will we see one Pally rifle of human versus undead? Wait, it's Laby versus 40. What the hell is Shin Kong doing on his stream, dude? It's Laby 40 on Echo Owls. You can't trust these guys. Laby versus 40. Wait, then we can delete this and make it a best of 2 for clarity. All right. I don't understand. Okay, so you got between 2 or 4 players. You select 2. Those 2 have to, like, every player you seed has to play at least twice. So you can seed 3 different players at max. Happy has played 4 games before. Sock has played 2 maps versus Happy. And now Laby has to play this one. I start to understand. I start to understand. Last one then. Can humans make it a 4-2 or will the Undead win both matches 5-1 today? Laby left hand side, 40 right hand side. In B Cup, Sock got slaughtered on this map when he was facing a Lich. Is that game tape? Maybe. For Labyrinth to go for his beloved Lich. If you like what we do here, by the way, check if you have a Prime sub lying around. We gladly take those off of you. 1 free sub per month if you have your Twitch account connected to your Prime account. Use it on us before it goes to waste. It is the Lich first. 6 maps, 2 Lich picks. Rare. But yeah, more traction. Yakman, Yaman, 26 month. Thank you. Yeah, with the disappearance of Pally Rifle, we see the appearance of the Lich. Faster, stronger, more damage. More glass cannon for sure. That's why nobody wants to play it against Pally Rifle. Except maybe 120, who's an interesting character anyway. But yeah, it feels like if Undeads can play Lich, they prefer Lich.
A player's forces are under attack.
And then Sharky says it as well. You might get MK first again. Ooh, big bashes. But we have a Shadow Priest, so healing is available early, even without the shot. Lich doing the same.
A player's forces are under attack.
The race is on. Question is, what is 40's strategy? Again, the 1 base? Even if it's a Lich this time? Or maybe because it's a Lich this time, there will be a lot of map control for Laby, ideally. Who's moving towards the right-hand side, expecting an expansion, which isn't there yet. But we do have 4 farms, so it should be there. As long as Laby doesn't have an expansion, 40 is fine not having an expansion. Laby went all the way across the map and 40 fooled him. Completely out of position after the TP being sold. That is the easiest cancel in 40's life.
A player's forces are under attack.
Question is, can he get that ziggurat as well? Lich, of course, blasting through the mana as much as he can for as many targets, but 40 kills the Acolyte. No more Expo at the bottom. And he retreats, keeps the footy safe. This one gladly not walking into the footman. And we have a lot of militia. How many are these? 8. Ghouls here. Oh, but the Berserkers will deal with them. Great answer. And with the damage dealers on the right-hand side, you can split Water Elemental Footman up to the left-hand side and causing even more trouble. Love this game by 40. At least this far.
A player's forces are under attack.
With that, clean 2-base, 2-base. Who levels better? And who gets more Lumberjack? Without a Shredder, 40 has one of his best and most beloved tools taken away. Maybe that's why he's a bit extra aggressive. Got the level 3, eats the Nova. That's fine though with the circlet. Equipment available. Pulls back. Soon time for the tech if he gathers a little bit more gold. Still power building here for a while. But Laby in no real position to do anything immediately about it. Can't allow this Ogre Mauler to go to his XP account though. Archmage in trouble. Who got it? 40 got the Mauler. Oh, but he loses the Archmage again! Similar to what happened against Happy on Hammerfall. That is an unforced error that we usually don't see. Claddy with the
W-O-H-N-O, B-2-W-O-H-N-O.
Yeah, B2W. No, indeed. Ay, 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 ay.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now you don't have water elementals. The floodgates for the ghouls is wide open. No wall off. Laby with a lot of momentum. Ironically, having the piercing damage hurts him a little bit. Not against the tower though. Counter attack with a very bruised Archmage. And a little bit of damage done, but we're down. GG! Oh man, 40 not in fighting spirit today, huh? Undeads defeat Nightelfs 5-1. Defeat the humans 5-1. Not the day for 40 and Sock at all. Dominance on Echo Isles. And Laby playing well, man. Taking 4 points here today. Even more, right? 5. 5 points. 5 points. Half the point of the Undead to Happy, half the points of the Undead to Laby. So, right call to give him the seed. Happy, of course, struggling a little versus Life. That was a big surprise. But against Sock and against 40, just full dominance. Humans have homework to do. For sure. Relatively simple wins, even though the Hammerfall map of Happy versus 40 was hype. Yeah, we saw the potential of the matchup. Seeing Life take a map was good. Very good. And tomorrow, as you can see on our wonderful homepage, backtowarcraft.com, it's time for more matches. We got FFA night tonight. I don't know the players yet, but will be fun. Nightelf versus Orc and Human versus Orc. So Lin and Focus with a double duty. Today it started at 2 p.m., which will be one of these time zones for you guys. You can check that out. Shout out to the coder, by the way. What a beautiful job he did. And then the Dach Inferno with Toxic Techo Francis Kevin. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Wednesday, we continue with the grand final. Oh yeah, is it Wednesday? Not. Wait, no, that's Thursday then. Yeah, that's the wrong date. Wednesday, Nightelf Human and Orc Undead. Happy versus Lynn, you guys. Very beautiful. And then on Thursday is the grand final. So, mega jumpstart. This is such a vibrant scene at the moment. We got the AOW Cup. Then this weekend, we get the DWCC wildcard qualifier where the groups have been revealed today. We got 4 more spots for the $21,000 tournament. Remind Jens PCG, Pink Foggy Fly, Chic Laby Soin, stacked. Dice Orkuro and Infi, but that's not the only tournament this weekend, because Friday to Sunday is also War 3 Champions Finals, everybody. We switched things a bit. With the Asian players being on the KK platform, we got Death Note, Hawk, Leon, Cash, Tiesiok, Krav, Jens, and Sonic distributed into this wonderful bracket with Leon, Tiesiok, banger match, Hawk versus Sonic, banger match, Jens versus Krav, probably a first time ever, where nobody can really predict what's gonna happen, and Death Note versus Cash, 2 players that presented themselves on the top of the Western scene for a while, then dipped, and now they're back. Cool race distribution as well. No mirror matches. Up until the humans win everything here. But you never know. You can chip in for these finals. We're standing at 6,160. Matcherino has some profile pictures up for grabs where you can represent the Pally rifle or the anti-Pally rifle section of the ladder with a Pally and a rifle, or a Firelord, or a Panda, or a dead rifle with a Paladin running away with Disease Cloud. Much, much, much appreciated if you support our Western scene. These gamers are so amazing and they need every bit of support that we can get. Dach Inferno is, of course, our German league. You can find all the info at beingesports.com. Currently in the standings, we have Francis on top with 4-0. We got Leon, Tedster, Toxi, Ido behind it. Caho with his first game of the season today. And our vice champion Kevin is struggling a little bit, and Tom unfortunately had to leave the league early. That's pretty much all you need to know for the rest of the week. AOW, DWCC, War 3 Champions, Dach Inferno, FFA Night, maybe Creepjack, I'm not sure yet, but we got you covered. Basically around the clock. And I hope you like what you see. And if you do like what you see, you can go to backtowarcraft.com/support. Grab up one of the ways to support us, whether that's with the Patreon, with the Twitch sub, use your primes, with the YouTube membership, with one-time donos, crypto, and merchandise. I appreciate you tuning in masses here today for the hype matches we got. Tomorrow, we're back. Later we're back for FFA. Now we got to figure out who we raid you to. Well, I think it goes to Knopf. A beautiful soul, a beautiful man. Enjoy some Knopf orc action. And then we see each other in 2.5 hours.